We're still at Precinct 13, your Friendship House, talking to Bridget. And what is different about voting this time versus other elections you voted in?
I've never seen so many people here before at the election. They were saying there's around 230 people that have already showed up today, and I've never had to wait in line before to vote here. So.
What do you think? Why do you think so many people are coming out to vote this time?
Because I think they feel better represented by the candidates that are there right now.
And can I ask who you voted for president?
Yes, you can. I voted for Barack Obama.
And what is so special about him?
I think he's a rock star. I think he's a great guy. I think he has a better plan. I think he's a fresh face. He's not the same old, and he's not reactionary. So.
Tell us about, let's talk about some of the local races as far as between Colleen Callahan and Aaron Schock. What do you think is, whoever is elected to that office, what is the main issue that they're going to need to address to help Central Illinois?
I think for the main part, just the lack of jobs and economy as of right now.
And what do you think is the main national issue that that whoever gets elected to be president, what's their number one task you think they should tackle?
Absolutely the economy. Just bailout plans, some way to get us out of this recession.
Now, as we wait and see the election results to come in, we first take you to the Republican election party at the Civic Center, where Aaron Schock gives his victory speech.
Tonight concludes the long journey that we started nearly 15 months ago when I entered the race for Congress. We would not be celebrating tonight if all of you had not donated your time, your resources, and your efforts to make this race a success. So let me begin by saying tonight, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 8 years ago, I stepped up to the challenge of public service out of a sense of duty and a responsibility to make things better in my community. Being born in rural Minnesota, raised in central Illinois, and then pursuing a degree in finance, I never imagined that 8 years later I'd be running for Congress. But God had different plans. The door of opportunity was open, time and again, and I chose to walk through it. Motivated by my convictions and supported by like-minded friends, and I have been blessed each time to be able to serve you, my community. It is truly an honor to be chosen by my fellow citizens to represent them. It is a responsibility that I don't take lightly, and I will not take it for granted. I have always strived to remember those who I work for, you, my constituents. This is a seat in Congress that has been held by many distinguished public servants. Retiring Congressman Ray LaHood. Before him, Republican leader Bob Michael, who held the seat for 38 years. Prior to him, former Senate leader Everett McKinley Dirksen, who held this congressional seat before being elected to the Senate. And nearly 150 years ago, a man by the name of Abraham Lincoln, who held this seat for one term before being elected president. Each of these men served this district well, and I will do my very best to continue their excellent legacy of outstanding service to this district. Tonight we celebrate, but tomorrow the work begins. Our country is facing some serious challenges. Our economy is struggling. And we need, I believe, tax policies that will speed up economic recovery. A policy where hard work, investment, entrepreneurialism, and risk-taking is rewarded. What we incentivize as a country, we will get more of. And we cannot afford to raise taxes on any American. We have to keep the tax cuts of 2001 and 2003 permanent, and we cannot afford to raise taxes on anyone as we work to try and regain our financial footing here in our country. Our country has lacked a comprehensive energy program, and under multiple administrations, Congress and our leadership has failed us to address this major issue, which has implications for us both economically as well as national security. As a new member of Congress, I will be one of just 435, by no means the leader of the pack. However, I did not run for this seat simply to warm it. I intend to be a voice for my district and advocate. I intend to be an advocate for thoughtful reforms and a promoter of meaningful change that our country has long needed. Just 4 years ago, as I was sworn into a Democratic-controlled state legislature with absolute one-party control in this state, I began by reaching across party lines to my Democratic colleagues. I intend to do the same thing in Congress. Tonight, the 18th District has spoken, but so too has America. And a man just a few hours north of here is also celebrating his election as our next president. I wish to congratulate Senator Barack Obama as our next president. I intend to work with him. I look forward to supporting his policies when I believe they are in the best interest of our country and my constituents here at home. And rest assured, I will fight with all my might when we disagree. I ask all of you here tonight to help keep me grounded, to express your concerns, your ideas, your praise, and yes, your criticism during my term in office. I value your input as I work to try and represent you. That also goes for those that didn't support me, those that perhaps didn't vote for me. I intend to be a representative and a congressman for all the people. Thank you for your vote of confidence, your faith in my abilities, and your steadfast support these past 15 months. It is truly humbling to have you all here tonight. God bless you all, and may God continue to bless these United States of America.
Do you know who we are? PCCEO, helping people, changing lives for every stage of life.
And now we're at the Democratic Party at the Gateway Building, where we talked to several people about the history-making event that held on November 4th. We're talking with our good friend Clyde Goley from the City Council. Clyde, what is any emotions, feelings about this historical night?
Well, you know, I didn't have much to say earlier. It just was a little tear came from my eye, and I was trying to understand what was happening. It was only because, you know, this is a place in history. You know, a lot of things have happened in history. You read about them, you don't really understand about them because you weren't there. To have the opportunity to be here, experience it, to live it, and to be a part of it is just, you know, I don't have a word to describe it yet, but it's just great.
And of course, we're talking about the fact that history has been made 3 times, not only with Obama, but also Jehan Gordon, and also Aaron Schock, who's the youngest, although he's Republican, he's the youngest member ever elected to Congress.
Right. There's a lot of great things that altogether those 3 things will do for Peoria. When you look at all three of those things that are happening, a chance for us to have voices in places that make a difference, that's a great thing. And it's a great thing to happen at a time such as this, and at a time when we really need some change. We really need people speaking for us. And so, you know, it's just, you know, I'm really excited about what has happened tonight and really what's going to happen in the future.
And now we're standing here with the new Illinois representative for the 92nd District, Jehan Gordon. And Jehan, just like, how does it feel?
I'm humbled. I'm extremely humbled to have the opportunity to represent the district that I was born and raised in. And I love the people here. And I feel it's a great responsibility to have this position, and I don't take it lightly.
Tell us a little bit about the campaign. It was hard fought. You know, a lot of people, unfortunately, use negative ads against you. What's your feeling about the whole campaign process?
What I do know is that we have to move. We have to move forward in this district. We have a lot of challenges that we face right now, and the way that I plan on attacking the challenges that we have in this district is the same way that I approach this campaign. I looked to build allies all over the district. I looked at people that had a lot of the same feelings as I do, and I also looked to build alliances with people who may not feel as I do, because what I do know is that it's important to get all thought at the table and work to build common compromise so that all parties that are involved can see that there is interest in being a part of the solution. And that's how we have to approach the challenges that we face. It's a solutions-oriented approach, and that's what I want to do for the district.
A lot of people do view the state government right now as a big gridlock. Can you be one of those that can help unlock that gridlock?
I do feel that I could. What I see happening in state government, I feel the way that every Jane and Joe citizen feels about state government. I feel that we have a lot of work to do. But what I do know is that the approach to looking at state government is not necessarily one that would ask of us to point fingers and lay judgment on people. What we have to do is look to build allies with people that have districts like yours. The thing about the 92nd District is the 92nd is not an anomaly. There are districts across the state that are just like the 92nd District that has the same interests that the 92nd has. So what I'd look to do is find out who those folks are, build allies with them, work to build a common vision, a blueprint for what we'd like to do for our areas, and then work, hopefully in a bipartisan fashion, to try to get good legislation passed that benefits all the people living in the state of Illinois, but specifically the 92nd District.
We're now with the president of the state NAACP and the Peoria local branch, Don Jackson. And Don, going back to the days where an African American couldn't even get a drink of water at just any fountain, he couldn't go into a restaurant, and now we have an African American becoming the highest office in the land. Your feeling?
Well, it's a great evening. Not only that Barack Obama was elected president, but also Jehan Gordon. That's a first as well. That's a historic event as well. And, you know, it's just been a few short years ago that even in here in the city of Peoria, there were restaurants where we couldn't eat. There were neighborhoods we could not live in. If we went to the movies, we had to do it in a certain way. And so many jobs that were closed to us. So this is a historic moment. The tide has turned, and we as Americans, as well as African Americans, have to take advantage of this.
We talk about role models, especially with Rita Ali when she had the role model book come out, and now with the fact that we have an African American president. What does that tell the youth, especially young African American youth, about what they can aspire to be?
Well, to use the words of Jesse Jackson, keep hope alive. It certainly is a strong message to them that education is the key to success in this country. And as long as you get it, you can do anything you want to do, even become president of the United States. That reality is a fact today. So, you know, for many years, some of us ruled that possibility out. You could only attain so high a level of success, but now the sky's the limit.
And we mentioned the fact that now Jehan Gordon is the first African American to be elected to the 92nd District. What great things do you think she might be able to help our district?